So, you're at a party. Someone you find mildly attractive asks you what you do. Your eyes light up. This is it. Your moment. You launch into a 5-minute monologue about synergy, deliverables, and your company's Q3 strategic pivot. You're killing it, except when you finally pause for air, they're gone. They fled, probably faking a desperate need for the bathroom or a sudden life-threatening allergy to the word metrics. Sound familiar? Now imagine that same glazed-over look on the faces of people who control your budget, your career, your dream. That's the problem Danny Fontaine tackles in his book, Pitch. It's a guide to stop being the human equivalent of an Ambien tablet and start making your ideas stick. The book's core message is simple but revolutionary. Stop presenting and start creating experiences. Think about it. Fontaine tells this story about a teacher trying to get more funding. Does she show up with a 50-slide PowerPoint deck titled Budgetary Deficiencies and Their Pedagogical Impact? Number. That would put everyone to sleep. Instead, she shoves the school board members into rickety, child-sized desks. She hands them textbooks so old they crumble like ancient artifacts. She tells them to use computers that were probably cutting edge when the Spice Girls were still together. For 10 minutes, these decision makers don't just hear about the problem, they feel it. They feel the cramped legs, the frustration of broken tools, the sheer hopelessness. When the teacher finally says, "Now you know what it's like, help us," the budget isn't just approved, it's practically thrown at her. That, my friends, is a pitch. The book argues that our brains are lazy. They run on autopilot, like when you're driving and suddenly realize you don't remember the last 5 miles. That's what happens in meetings. The moment someone fires up a standard PowerPoint, our brains see the familiar bullet points and corporate logo and just check out. It's highway hypnosis for the boardroom. Your brilliant message about market penetration gets lost in a daydream about what to have for dinner. To snap people out of it, you have to disrupt the pattern. You have to be the metaphorical squirrel that darts out in front of their mental car. This means taking risks. It means you might try something that totally bombs. The book even quotes the founder of IBM, who basically said if you want to succeed more, you have to be prepared to spectacularly mess up twice as often. Think of it as A/B testing your career. Some ideas will be a dumpster fire, but the ones that work will be legendary. The alternative is to keep using the same tired formats that guarantee you'll be ignored. But before you even start planning your Oscar-worthy pitch experience, Fontaine has a crucial piece of advice. Figure out if you're even in a real competition. He tells a story about a marketing agency that gets a shot at a massive Fortune 500 company. They're ecstatic. They pull all-nighters, fueled by stale coffee and desperation. But they slowly realize the whole thing smells fishy. The client's boss plays golf with the CEO of the agency they've used for 10 years. The project requirements seem weirdly, perfectly tailored to what that other agency does. They weren't in a pitch. They were what the book calls a stalking horse. They were just there to make the client's favorite agency lower their price. They were, to put it in modern terms, the side piece being used to make the main partner jealous. You have to ask the hard questions. Is this a real opportunity, or are you just providing a free quote so they can get a better deal from their buddy? Can they even afford you? Sometimes the most powerful move is to just say, thanks but no thanks, and walk away. It saves you time and, let's be honest, a whole lot of dignity. Speaking of getting people to say yes, if you're feeling an emotional connection to this breakdown and want some logical evidence that our channel is worth your time, the subscribe button is the only data point you need. Don't be a stalking horse viewer. Click it. Show us this is a real relationship. We'll wait. Okay, so you've qualified the opportunity and you're ready to create an unforgettable experience. Now comes the most important part, the order of operations. Fontaine lays out a tale of two founders, Bob and Diane. Bob is a data guy. He walks into a room of investors and unleashes a 47-slide deck. It's a tidal wave of charts, graphs, and projections. But the investors are skeptical from the start. So, what do? They use Bob's own data against him. His customer acquisition cost is a little high, isn't it? One mutters. And that churn rate, yikes. Bob is trying to use logic to fight an emotional wall, and he's losing badly. He's waterboarding them with facts, and they're just getting more and more annoyed. Then there's Diane. She's pitching a healthcare startup. She walks in and doesn't even open her laptop. Instead, she tells a 90-second story. She talks about her daughter having an asthma attack in the middle of the night, the panic, the feeling of helplessness, the useless device that was supposed to help. The entire mood in the room shifts. The investors, some of them parents, aren't analyzing spreadsheets anymore. They're feeling that primal fear. They're connecting. They're on her side. Now, when she finally does open her laptop and shows them the specs and market analysis, they aren't looking for flaws. They're looking for reasons to believe. They want this to work. That's the secret sauce. You can't logic your way past an emotional barrier. You have to connect with the heart first, then give the head the facts it needs to justify the decision the heart has already made. Emotion first, logic second. Always. Finally, the book gets into game day. The day of the actual pitch. Your palms are sweating, your heart is doing a drum solo against your ribs, and you're pretty sure you're about to forget your own name. Fontaine's advice is to reframe that anxiety. That feeling of a squirrel doing parkour in your stomach? That's not fear. That's excitement. Olympic athletes report the exact same physical feelings before a race. They just call it being pumped. It's your body's go juice getting you ready to perform. Don't fight it. Harness it. And there are practical tricks. Use box breathing. Inhale for 6 seconds, hold for 6, exhale for 6, hold for 6. It physiologically tells your brain to chill out. And this one's my favorite. Go into a bathroom stall a few minutes before you go on and do a power pose. Stand like Superman, hands on hips, chest out for 2 minutes. Yes, you will feel like a complete moron. But studies suggest it can actually increase confidence and reduce stress hormones. Who cares if it feels silly if it works? So, to wrap it all up, the big lesson from Danny Fontaine's pitch is this. A great pitch isn't a speech. It's a moment. It's an experience designed to make someone feel something. Ditch the boring slides. Take some chances. Make sure you're playing a game you can actually win. Punch them in the feels before you try to impress their brains. And learn to ride that wave of nervous energy instead of letting it drown you. Because at the end of the day, you're not just asking for something. You're offering something valuable. So stop acting like a walking encyclopedia and start acting like someone with an idea worth fighting for.